Then we read from that beautiful reading of the Exodus. When the chosen people, after they left Egypt, because God, after the 10 plagues, he let them go. The Pharaoh was so obstinate when he woke up and he saw his very old son lay there, dead. He said to them, "Get out now, and now I want you to leave." But as always is the case, when you lose something, you are going to regret it when it's gone. And so when he thought to himself, "What I did, who is going to work for me anymore?" He pursued them with his charioteers, and he himself leading the army of the Pharaoh. And when the Israelites saw the army of the Pharaoh come after them, they were terrified. And they said to Moses, "The end is here." And God said to Moses, "The end is not here. Strike the water." And it happened that the breeze came around and the water level come down as the water receded. The water came so low that the Israel passed by. And that's when they went across the Red Sea. God said to Moses, "Hit again the water," and the wind blew the other direction, and they drowned the whole army of the Pharaoh. And we sang today, to the bottom of the sea they went, and never to rise again. And then we speak about Ezekiel, who speaks to us about the most important thing that God himself really reminds us for. That each one of us are called by God to be the very essence of what God is all about. That we have to have that great love. That he himself is one who directs us and is one who really saves us and the one who gives us his protection. But I'd like to focus today on that second reading which St. Paul today wrote to the people of Rome. And what did St. Paul say? Are you aware that we who are baptized into Christ Jesus were baptized into his death? In baptism, we die to self. And from that water, we rise to be a new creation. So in baptism, we die with Jesus. We die with Jesus because he has taken our sin and nailed them to that cross. And now we are free. And that's why from his side, blood and water flow. The signs of the sacrament, the signs of the church. The water of baptism and the blood indicate the Eucharist. Do you remember in the old, when God created man and he was very lonesome, and he said to God, "I love to go walking in the garden, but I cannot talk to the cow. I cannot talk to the tree. Nobody is compatible to me that I can bring a relationship." And God, from a deep sleep, he took from the side of Adam a rib and make it into a wife. And so did Christ. When he was on that cross, they pierced him in his side, and from that side, a woman was born. And that is the church. How beautiful. The church was born from the side of Jesus. And that's why St. Paul reminds us that in baptism we die with Christ to rise with him to a new life. He continued, through baptism into his death, so that just as Christ was raised from the dead by the glory of the Father, we too might live a newness of life. As the Father from that empty tomb, he brought Christ to life, so we, from the tomb of the water where we are immersed, we rise from that water to be a new creation. For if we have grown in union with him through death like his, we shall also be united with him in the resurrection. And that is as we say, sine qua non. If we don't die with Christ, I cannot experience the resurrection. I have to die with Christ first, and then I will have participation in his resurrection. So if I don't die, in other words, I do not die for what is sin, what I have been calling you to do during the Lenten season, to go to confession, to confess your sin, to let go of this sin. If sin is still part of your life, you can celebrate a million Easter. You still are slave to Satan. You are not free. Christ has freed us. But he has freed us with one condition, that we have to let go of sin. Woman, nobody condemn you, neither I. Go now and sin no more. Is not what we say in the act of contrition? Help me and lead me not to sin again.